A Colorado mother of 15, yes, that's right, she's had 15 children, has been arrested after her husband's body was found on her lawn. She herself was caught behind a fake wall in her trailer home, and this happened 4 years after being accused of CA, child abuse, and boiling puppies alive in front of her kids, which apparently she did several times. So this is a weird story. I'll half go through the details, I'll half give you an overview. I will say that not all the details are clear. We don't know how the husband died. We don't know if foul play was at hand. There are severe allegations of child abuse towards both the mother and the father, as well as animal abuse, literally accusations from some of the children that the mother regularly boiled puppies alive. Some of the children say such allegations are nonsense, but if I understand correctly, several of the children support those allegations. So we'll go through the details. We'll see how we go. Martha Crouch, 57 years of age, was accused along with her husband, Timothy Crouch, 62 years of age, by their then 18-year-old daughter of running a house of horrors that led to charges of child abuse, cruelty to animals, and obstructing an investigation. Those charges came to light in 2019. At that time, the mother, Martha Crouch, took a deal to plead no contest to a fourth-degree felony count of attempted child abuse in order to avoid jail time. So, if I understand correctly, she pled no contest effectively. That's a guilty plea. So she was handed a plea deal, if I understand correctly. If she pleads no contest, she'll only be given probation and not jail time. So she was given a 2-year probation sentence, seemingly for attempted child abuse. Not quite sure what's meant by that. But either way, she violated her 2-year probation sentence 2 days after it being granted, at which point a warrant was put out for her arrest. Now that happened in December 2021, and we're told that 20 months later, or nearly 20 months later, which I believe is right about now, August, sheriffs found her after her husband was found dead in Walsenburg, Colorado, seemingly at the family home, and he was found dead on the lawn. So if I understand correctly, and I will say that I am struggling to fully follow the article that I'm going through from the Daily Mail, it's not that clear to me. Maybe I've not had enough coffee today, but seemingly her husband was found dead on the lawn, at which point police investigated and they were prepared to arrest Martha Crouch because there was a warrant against her. There was a tip-off that she was hiding in the trailer home, if I understand correctly. And lo and behold, authorities found a fake wall in the kitchen of the house where they found Martha Crouch along with one of her 15 children who had been listed as a missing person for 3 years. She's 14 years old. So the mother, who was found hiding in a fake wall with her missing daughter, was arrested on the previous warrant for violating probation. She was given new charges of misdemeanor child abuse and obstructing deputies, and she's been held in a county jail on a $5,000 cash bond. I'm finding this very confusing. Her husband's found dead on the lawn. She's found hiding in a fake wall in her kitchen of her trailer home, and with her is her daughter, 14 years of age, who's been listed as a missing person for the last 3 years. So she's arrested. That part makes sense. But why have they just given her a $5,000 cash bond? Why would you want this person back on the streets? She was hiding in a fake wall with her missing daughter. Like, that's not normal. Why would you want to allow her the opportunity to get free? She's had long-standing accusations of child abuse made against her by multiple children, if I understand correctly. The article goes into quite a bit of detail about the accusations made against both Martha Crouch and the deceased Timothy Crouch. Again, these allegations were initially made public in 2019, if I understand correctly, and one of the daughters claims that she was chained to her bed for approximately 3 years. Why? Well, because she was overweight apparently, and the mother, Martha Crouch, was doing what she could to help her lose weight by chaining her to the bed, giving her a bucket to do her business in for 3 years. Apparently, other children in the home says, nah, that's a load of rubbish, that's not true at all. But the same child, who's now an adult, claims that on multiple occasions, the mother boiled puppies. So they had a family dog that had had several several litters, and on multiple occasions, they had boiled the puppies whilst alive. Again, at least one of the other children says, no, that never happened. That child has mental issues. They're making these things up. So we don't quite know what the truth is. It does seem unbelievable that somebody would be insane enough to boil puppies, to kill them in a horrific way. It seems unbelievable. It seems somewhat unbelievable that a mother of 15 would chain one of her children to a bed for 3 years. But we've seen similar cases, haven't we? We've seen parents that torture their children in these kinds of ways. These absolute sick weirdos do exist. There are other allegations against the mother, Martha Crouch. One of her children became pregnant at the age of 14 years old, and the mother, Martha Crouch, allegedly beat her so viciously that the 14-year-old girl miscarried. Other allegations include that the mother killed 6 newborn kittens by beating them to death with a hammer. So we would hope that these allegations are not true. So again, some of the children, the eldest children, are saying it's all nonsense. Both Martha Crouch and the now deceased Timothy Crouch were good parents. They did what they could. They looked after the kids as much as they could. So it's hard to take the accusations on face value, to fully accept them blindly. It's hard when the parents have flying monkeys to protect them. Now, having said that, the other aspects of this are completely bizarre and need further clarification. Absolutely, they need further investigation. The father, Timothy Crouch, was found dead on the lawn. Why? How did he die? Was it due to foul play? Was it a medical issue? Could have been a medical issue. We don't know. That would be very interesting to know. Why was there a hidden wall in the kitchen of the trailer home? Why was the mother hiding in the hidden wall? And why was she with her 14-year-old daughter who had been listed as a missing child for the last 3 years? That's all very, very weird, very odd, and it makes me strongly suspect that at least some of the heinous allegations made against the mother in regards to child abuse and animal abuse might well be true. She was hiding with her daughter who had been listed as a missing child for 3 years. That is a weird and sick situation. Far from rational, far from reasonable, far from normal. And yet the police have just held her on a $5,000 cash bond. That means it's going to be very easy for her to be free. And I don't understand that. Perhaps the authorities are in a legally weak position. Perhaps they don't have a great deal of information to charge her with more. But I don't know. I mean, surely being in the custody of a child that's listed as a missing child, presumably the 14-year-old, if she's missing, she hasn't been going to school. She hasn't been receiving medical attention, I would guess, from a doctor. So I would think there would be charges to lay against this woman, to hold her in jail, detain her at least for a lengthy period of time, enough to enact a full investigation. But what do I know? So there we go. That's all the information that I have at this moment. I don't think it's the easiest situation to understand. I don't think it's the best article to have gone through. It's all a little bit confusing. Why have we gone through this? Well, because the allegations made against her are incredibly heinous. Accused of child abuse, chaining one of her children to the bed for 3 years, beating one of her children to the point that the child miscarriages, boiling puppies, killing kittens with a hammer. These are unbelievably sick allegations, and we don't have a great deal of proof. Again, some of her elder children that live at the home describe her as being a good parent. Oh, she wouldn't do anything wrong. Sure, she hides in the kitchen wall with the missing child. Apart from that, she's great. Lots of question marks. Let's hope that the investigators are able to get some answers. And if she is guilty of wrongdoing, which I presume she is, let's hope she faces severe punishment. She's 57 years old. She's born 15 children. This is the sum total of her life. This is how she behaves, hiding in fake kitchen walls with her missing child whilst her husband is dead on the lawn. Craziness. I'm going to wrap things up. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit, and take care.